Hey guys, I'm in my car, which is a big step. I made it out of the house. I took a shower last night. Yay! I have clean hair. That's exciting. I did not want to leave the house today, but I do have, I had to, because I only have one day of my meds left, and I need to go get that prescription. So I have 4 things I have to do today. And I figured if I take you along with me, then maybe, I don't know, make it a little easier for me. I have to go get my meds and drop off a piece of paper at my psychiatrist's office. So that's kind of like one thing, because it's at the same place. I have to go to the Veterans Assist place and see if they can help me. And then I have to go to the plasma center to see if they can get my veins. I'm not very hopeful for that last one, but I promised my roommate I would. Because he's getting concerned about me, which, in all fairness, he should be. I'm concerned about me. So we're going to see if I can get anything accomplished. Hopefully the Veterans Assist place will be able to help me pay off my car note and my phone note. Maybe they'll have an option for a job. I don't know. I put in a couple more applications yesterday. I used to work for this one call center, and I worked there the longest, not the longest, but, you know, like a fairly long period of time. I worked there for 2 years. And that all call centers have high rotation. I forget what the word is. Where people leave, they don't stay very long and they leave, because call centers are shitty places to work. I worked there for 2 years. It drained my soul from my body. I ended up leaving because I had an issue with management and I was being bullied, and I took it up the chain of command. Nobody was doing a damn thing about it. And so one day when I went home and I went to bed, I had to work the next day, I had a massive, massive panic attack. And the only thing that made it stop was just making the decision to go into work the next day and quit. And that's exactly what I did. And I went into HR and I was like, look, here's what happened. This is why I'm quitting. And they were like, well, I really wish you would have come in. And I'm like, look, I did the chain of command and nobody did shit about it. And I'm done. I don't have anything else in me. And they couldn't tell me much, but they did say that I was not the only one to complain about that particular persons, plural. And I was like, well, then they should not be here. And I am not going to be here to see that happen. So I don't ever want to work for them again, but I'm getting desperate. I am getting desperate. So we'll see. Plus they pay fairly well. I think they start at 17. And the job that I was at for years that I got fired from in January, I was making almost 19. So anyway, look at those beautiful colors. I love that. That's so pretty. Anyway, so we're going to do the first thing. We're going to go to my psychiatrist's office. We're going to drop off that piece of paper, and we're going to see if I can afford my meds. So let's go. Okay, guys. I just got done dropping off that paperwork and getting my prescriptions. And I was really worried about my prescriptions, because for years I've been getting them at the CVS. And I've been getting a 3-month supply. And I have 4 prescriptions that I take daily. And to get 4 prescriptions, a 3-month supply, was easily almost $100. Which if you break it up into months, it's like $30 a month, $33 a month, something like that for all four, which technically isn't that bad. But when you're strapped for cash like I am, or anybody, or you just don't really want to pay that much, it hurts your pocket. And I don't have the money, guys. I'm gonna be real with you. I've got like $40 to my name. And oh God, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry. I have not used the pharmacy in my psychiatrist's office before. I don't know why I didn't. I've just assumed all pharmacies were the same, right? I went and I talked to them, and I was like, hey, can I get my prescriptions filled here? And they were like, do you need all four of them? And I was like, I do, but I need to know how much they're going to cost, because minimum, I have to have my bipolar meds. And so she looked it up, and she said, they're only $12. It's like, what do you mean, only $12? She said, yeah, you can get 1 month supply, all four of your meds for $12. And I'm crying now. I didn't want to do it in there because... So I have all four of my meds. And this is the first time since probably March that I've had my depression meds. So this is going to help a lot. I was not hopeful at all for this. But yay. I have my meds. So that's 2 things done. I have 2 things left. Right now I need to go to the veterans assistance place and see if they can help me. And then I will go to the plasma place. Again, the plasma place, I'm not expecting anything. Mostly because I don't drink enough water. Right. I did, however, so my phone is off, but it is an iPhone. And if you know anything about iPhones, you can still text somebody if you both have an iPhone, right? Which is super helpful. My best friend has an iPhone and we can FaceTime. If I'm on Wi-Fi, I can do stuff. I can't make a phone call and I can't text anybody that's not an iPhone user, which is not very helpful when you're trying to look for a job. And so I have 2 phone numbers on my resume. I have a text number, which is my number, and then I have a call number, which is my best friend's number, and she will get the message and she'll call me and let me know about it. But while I was in the office just now, remember I told you about the call center that I used to work for? Before I worked there, I worked at the hospital in medical records. I was making barely $8 an hour. My oldest son was working at the call center, and he kept telling me, you need to come, you need to come, you need to come. They pay really good. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to work at a call center. I'm not a call center type person. So I ended up just doing an application, and I didn't finish it that night. It was half finished. I was like, meh. It was a half-hearted thing. And and I was like, meh, you know, whatever. So I didn't even finish the application. I got like maybe a third of the way through it. The next day, I got a phone call from that place that was like, hey, you want to come in for an interview? And they were paying like $12 at the time. And so I was a single mom and I was desperate. And I was like, yeah. And then I ended up working there for 2 years. Well, anyway, yesterday, I put in an application again for that place. while I was in the psychiatrist's office, let's combine this iPhone knowledge with this knowledge about the call center I just told you. And I got a text message, because there's Wi-Fi in my doctor's office, that this guy wants to talk to me about my application. So I probably have a job. I'm not super excited about it, because I remember what it was like to work there. But it's work, and I can't complain. So, I can. That's my biggest pet peeve. Sorry, sidetrack. Biggest pet peeve ever is when you ask somebody how they're doing and they say, "Oh, can't complain." Because yes, Susan, yes, you can complain. You can do it loudly and for a very long time. How about saying, "I don't feel like complaining," or "I don't want to complain," or "I'm doing great, thanks, how are you?" Or "Fuck off, I don't want to talk to you." You know, anything other than that. Anyway, sorry, going to the veterans place, so let's go. Yay. Oh. I just did this whole video, but forgot to record it. Anyway, I didn't go to the Veterans Assist because I thought I knew where they were, because I'd been there before years ago. They, in fact, were not where I thought they were going to be, and I don't have the ability to look them up because I don't have a phone right now. So I will have to go home and look it up on my computer and write the address down, and I'll just try to go tomorrow. I did get another text message from that guy. We texted a couple of times. I was on Wi-Fi. Well, I was at the plasma place. They have free Wi-Fi, and I'm just now realizing I could have looked up. the veterans place while I was in there, but I didn't. I'll go there tomorrow, hopefully. Plasma place, I was there. They were really, really busy. I was a new donor, so I had to wait my turn. I ended up waiting 2 hours before they saw me, and same thing as last time. They couldn't get my veins, so the guy was really sweet. He told me I could try to drink a lot of water. He said, "You've got to drink at least like a gallon a day for the next 7 days and then come back." But on the other hand, I also have very big arms, and my veins are hiding underneath all that fat. My hands are great. Whenever I go get blood drawn or whatever, I always just tell them, just take it out of my hands. Like, look at those veins. Aren't those great veins? See that? Beautiful veins. But at the plasma center, they are strictly elbow bend, and if they can't find my vein, then they can't do it. So I'm gonna try to drink some more water and maybe come back in 7 days. I don't know. I am gonna go home now. I've got about 40 minutes. I was texting, as I said, with the guy from that call center place. He said he would be in the office until 5, and I've got about 40 minutes before he leaves the office, and I'm only about, I don't know, 10 minutes away from the apartment. So I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna use my roommate's phone to call this guy, and then I may take what little bit of gas I have left and go see my best friend and just like curl up on her bed and have a good cry, because I haven't had one of those in a while. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I'm a little bit chipper, a little bit more upbeat today. I got dressed, I got out of the house. That's always a good thing, but it's so hard to do when you're depressed. So yay me. I'm so excited about this. You have no idea. I have my meds. So hopefully in a couple of days I'll start feeling better with that depression. It'll be easier for me to do things. And I still need to clean my house. So maybe I'll start doing some videos cleaning parts of the house for you guys. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you. You're amazing. I love you. See you later.